Hi friends! Welcome to this week's remote assembly. Did you know that April is National Poetry Month? There's so much to love about poetry. I like the way the words come together to create rhythm and rhyme. That's why it's so fun to read poems out loud. Sometimes the words are very musical and easy to read. Other times the words trip up your tongue and you become very tangled trying to read them out loud. That's how I felt when I read this poem about a bunny rabbit that goes to a library to get some books. This poem has words that rhyme, but the author also did something tricky. He took the first letter of one word and exchanged it with the first letter of another word. Let me read it to you so you can see what I'm talking about, or hear what I'm talking about. Runny leant to the library, and there were hundreds of hooks. History hooks, biography hooks, and lots of Bory stooks. He looked them over one by one, and guess which one he took? A Bayan skook? A poetry book? Oh no, a Bomic cook. A Bomic cook? A poetry book? A Bayan skook? What's he doing there? He's just being silly. What he's really saying is a comic book, a poetry book, and a science book. And of course, the runny is the bunny. So he took Bunny Rabbit and made it into Runny Babbit. That author is Shel Silverstein, and he liked to do really inventive things with words to create silly poems. That's a great thing about poetry too. You can express yourself in very creative ways, and you can do fun things with language to either create rhythm or rhyme, or to create visual images that evoke our senses so that we can get engaged in the poem, because a poem has very few words, but oftentimes those few words are meant to create a very big feeling. There's poems that make you feel sad, ones that make you feel scared, some that make you feel excited or happy, and then of course there's the silly ones, which we just read. So when I was a kid, we had this book of poems called The Golden Treasury of Poetry. And we liked this book a lot. We read it a lot, and it's pretty worn out now because it's so old and we used to read poems from it so much. And there were lots of poems in here that I thought were spooky or scary. So I would like to read one of them to you. This is a less scary one. I'm not going to scare you. This one is called A Night of Snow. And this poem, there's a little girl and a kitty cat, and they're talking to each other. The little cat wants to go outside, but the owner, who the kitty calls her mistress, wants her to stay indoors. So let me read this one to you. Whoops, hold on, I gotta see here. Cat, if you go outdoors, you must walk in the snow. You will come back with little white shoes on your feet, little white slippers of snow that have heels of sleet. Stay by the fire, my cat. Lie still, do not go. See how the flames are leaping and hissing low? I will bring you a saucer of milk like a marguerite, so white and so smooth, so spherical and so sweet. Stay with me, cat. Outdoors the wild winds blow. Outdoor the wild winds blow, mistress, and dark is the night. Strange voices cry in the trees, intoning strange lore, and more than cats move, lit by our eyes' green light. On silent feet, where the meadow grasses hang hoar, mistress, there are portents abroad of magic and might, and things yet to be done. Open the door. And then my mom would snap the book shut like that. And I always would get a creepy, scary feeling when she read that story. So I think that's a really interesting thing about poetry, how it can give you a feeling or remind you of something that you know about. When we were kids, we would read poems from this book too, which is A Child's Garden of Verses. And this poet, his name is Robert Louis Stevenson. He wrote a lot of poems that are about things that children like. And so as a kid, when I would read them, or my mom would read them to me, I would think, yes, I know how that feels. One of the ones I liked was called The Swing. How do you like to go up in a swing, up in the air so blue? Oh, I do think it is the pleasantest thing ever a child can do. Up in the air and over the wall till I can see so wide, rivers and trees and cattle and all over the countryside, till I look down on the garden green, down on the roof so brown, Up in the air, I go flying again. Up in the air and down. Here's the picture. So this poem, whenever I would hear it, I would think, yes, I know how that feels to be on a swing. And this poem gives me that very same feeling when I hear it as I have when I'm actually on a swing. So friends, I hope for this week's activity, you will take some time to read some poetry or have someone read it to you, or maybe even to write a poem. I know that first graders have been busy working on their poems about birds. I hope I'll be able to join you next week when you share them with each other. Thanks for visiting with me for a little while today. I'd like to share with you some of the things that I received this week from people who, from Ellis girls who sent me pictures or emails about what they're doing at home. So take a look. I hope you enjoy. Bye.